Welcome back, everyone, to Public Affairs. I am your host, Kaylee Aiken, and today I am here with the Mayor of Marion, Bill Collins. So welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure having you again. So we haven't met since the eclipse last month. So tell us about the events that happened and how it was in Marion.
So the eclipse went without a hitch. I mean, we prepared for the worst and hoped for the best, and we ended up with getting the best. So we had beautiful weather that day. The afternoon cleared up. God gave us a beautiful afternoon for everybody to view the eclipse. My wife and I actually drove around to every park in the city just to kind of get a feel for, how many people were out and about and what all was going on. And to my great surprise, we had a lot of people in all the parks. There was a lot of people taking advantage of cooking out, having a cookout, waiting on the eclipse to happen, and stayed there throughout the eclipse. So it was glad to see all the city parks get used by the citizens of Marion for what they're intended for. And I am just so grateful that I was alive in my lifetime to at least see that once, because it became, as it started, it became very quiet for a few minutes, and then in the total eclipse was kind of an eerie feeling. You wonder, it's kind of cool at first for the first 30 seconds, and then you're thinking, I really hope the sun comes back. And of course it did, and we all very much appreciated. We had a lot of visitors in town from out of state. We had a few from out of the country. It was nice to get to know everybody and stop and talk to the people that were here visiting from many different states throughout the United States. And like I said, I think we even had somebody out at Lawrence Orchards from Japan. They came all the way from Japan to see the eclipse and spent their time here in Marion, Ohio.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad I got to see it. I spent the day with my family. So obviously that's the last lifetime event that happened, and an opportunity that was presented to us. Another opportunity that's presented to us is social media nowadays. So what has the city of Marion been doing with their social media presence?
So I'm glad you asked about the social media because we have recently developed a Facebook account for the city of Marion, Ohio. Love Your City. If you search that on Facebook, you'll find the City of Marion, Ohio Facebook page. And we encourage everybody to like and follow and share as much as you can because our thought behind this process is that this will be a one-stop shop. If you want to find information about what's going on in Marion, Ohio, whether it's for the city, the parks, downtown events, baseball schedules, whether the aquatic center pool is closed that day, we will have all of that information on our Facebook page. We're glad to share local events that are going on. If anybody has something that they would like us to share on the Facebook page, we are happy to do that. Because that's what we want it to be. We want it to be a place where everybody in Marion can stop, go to that page, and get the upcoming events for the next month or so, maybe the next month and a half. And that's certainly where we will be putting all of our information. So if you want to be in the know, go to our Facebook page, City of Marion, Ohio, Love Your City Facebook page, like it and share it, and you'll be able to stay up to date with all of the current events here in Marion.
Yeah, definitely very important to make sure everybody knows what's going on.
In this day and age when, we have a newspaper still, but a lot of the information gets lost in the shuffle, social media, we have found, has been the best way for us to connect with our citizens and make sure that we're getting the information out that we need to get out. So yeah. we have really thrived in that venture to try to get social media presence for the city of Marion, and I think you'll like it if you go see it.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out because I didn't know we didn't have one until today.
Yeah.
So the last time we met, we talked about Love Your Neighborhood. What is the progress on that, and what's upcoming new?
So I'm glad to let everybody know that we have met recently and locked in our 2024 schedule for the Love Your Neighborhood cleanup schedule. And those dates in May, our first one will kick off in May on May 22nd and 23rd. We are focusing our efforts that day on East George Street and East Farming Street between Jefferson and Greenwood. So we have about a small 2-block radius there where we have some blighted housing and some issues that we would like to take all of our volunteers that give up their time to come out and help the City of Streets, the Streets Department for the City of Marion, clean up an area. And we hope that by us doing that, it kind of gives ownership back to the people that live in those areas to want to keep them nice and live in a nice neighborhood that everybody in that neighborhood can be proud of.
Yeah.
So looking out forward, we're going to try to plan the locations at least a month in advance. So we haven't picked the June location yet, but we will be doing that very soon. And the June dates are June 26th and 27th. The July dates are July 24th and 25th. August dates are August 21st and 22nd. And our last one of the year, we believe, will probably be September 25th and 26th. If weather cooperates, we may try to push into October if we can, but a lot of times, in our experience, that's when the weather changes and we really can't commit to that month. So again, keep your eye on our City of Marion, Love Your City Facebook page, and you'll see those dates. We'll post the information on that page about the next month's dates, where the location will be, and we'll also have information on there about if you would like to become a volunteer. We have a lot of businesses and companies that maybe will sponsor that day, and what that entails is they may buy lunch, they may have some workers from their factory or their business come and help out with the cleanup that day. And we have an email on our page that will tell you who to contact to be able to lock that in and maybe get set up to help us out this summer.
Yeah, it's definitely great to have the community help to make this project possible. The next thing I'd like to touch on is the yard waste collections. We talked a little bit about that last time as well. So what is the updates on that?
For the yard waste collection, that's already began. It began April 15th. And will run through Friday, December 6th. And basically what we do as a city for yard waste collection is it usually occurs on the day after your normal trash collection. So that's a good way to remember it. If your trash went out today, tomorrow you can put your grass clippings out, your small sticks and branches that you would like the city to pick up. There is a limit to, we like you to use the brown bags that you get at Lowe's or Menards or Kroger's, the bags that are biodegradable, and set those out where you would set your trash normally, but on the next day. And those will be picked up by the city garage. And if for some reason you're doing a big project in between and you don't really want to wait until the following week, there's always the option for free for the City of Marion residents can take those to the Outdoor Resource Supply. It's formerly known as Park Enterprises. It's located at 560 Barks Road West here in the City of Marion. And all you have to do is go out there, if you're trailering it or putting it in a truck, show them your city ID that you live in the City of Marion, and you can drop off at that facility anytime that they're open during the day. And there's no set limit to how many times you can go out there, but that's just another option if you don't want to wait for the city to come around and pick those things up the following week.
Yeah, making sure our community is definitely clean is important. Weather's starting to warm up now. So what is the update on the Aquatic Center? And you talked about pool passes coming up, especially this week. It's supposed to be 80s. People are going to be going.
We're very excited to see the temperatures rising. Our Aquatic Center will open Memorial Day weekend, weather permitting. The hours of operation for the Aquatic Center are Sunday through Thursday from 12 until 6 p.m., and on Friday and Saturday from 12 to 7 p.m. The important thing that's going on now, because the sale ends tomorrow, is you can go to the third floor of City Hall and see my administrative assistant, Linda, and Linda will take care of getting you a pool membership for a family or a single for the 2024 season. And like I said, they're on sale until the end of the day tomorrow. So we've been selling them all month, and we have really seen a good turnout, a good response for the people that are coming in to buy their memberships to use the Aquatic Center throughout this summer.
Yeah, it's very important, because I know if I didn't have my pool, I'd want to cool down somehow this summer. So there's also a lot of job opportunities coming up now with thinking the warm weather is coming. So what are the new job opportunities in Marion?
You know, to start out, since we're talking about the Aquatic Center already, we have several job postings that are currently active for the city of Marion for different variety of different departments and functions and what those might entail. Again, going back to that social media platform and also our email or our website, you can go there and see all of the job openings that the city of Marion currently has. And as we were talking about the Aquatic Center, we have a need up at the Aquatic Center for certified lifeguards. We have a need for a head lifeguard position, concession stand workers, front gate workers. So if you're looking for a job this summer, you may just be getting out of school for the summer, whether it's college or high school, and you're looking for a summer job. We have several jobs open up at the Aquatic Center. And don't let the fact that you may not be a certified lifeguard hold you back, because we started a program where we partnered with the Marion YMCA, and even if you are not a certified lifeguard, you can go to the YMCA, take a class, get certified, and the city of Marion will pay for it. So it's a win-win situation where you can get a job and get paid, plus you can get your training paid for, and all we ask in return is that if we pay for your training, that you would commit to the Aquatic Center for at least 2 years after the date that you finished your training. So it's really a small price to pay to be able to get paid for a summer job, and we'll pay for your schooling or your training if you need it. And it's a great way to be outside with all of your friends at the pool and still get paid for doing a job from the city of Marion and keeping kids safe at the pool.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't know you guys did that.
We
so
do.
Learning something new along the way, and especially with the weather needing more.
Yep. So that's the Aquatic Center. We have several other job opportunities. We're very diligently trying to hire bus drivers for the Marion Area Transit program. It's really our only reliable transportation within the city. We even go outside in the county. We do a 5-mile radius from the center of Marion, but we have trouble hiring enough bus drivers to run our routes. So we really have a big push since we hired the new director at Marion Area Transit, Julie Welch. She has been putting a big push and a big effort going to job fairs and getting the word out that we are in need of bus drivers. You do not have to have a CDL in order to be a bus driver. We have buses that do not require CDLs, and we're trying to expand our program. And in order to expand the program and go further outside the city into the county, and maybe even we're very excited about we're in the investigative stages right now of starting a weekend bus route, which what we have in mind right off the top of my head is Thursday, Friday, Saturday from like 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. That would allow the people, we're looking at a route from the hotels on 95 and coming up Center Street by the OK into downtown Marion. There's a lot of merchants, a lot of restaurants, a lot of places in downtown Marion that people could take advantage of And if they're here from out of town and they don't have a rental car or a way to get downtown, there's really no way for them to do that. So it's kind of a pilot program. We're going to offer that and get it up and running and see how it goes. And that will be what we're thinking now. It'll be a route system. So, the most you would ever have to wait is about 30 minutes at the hotel for a bus to come pick you up, take you downtown, drop you off. And if you want to go out south of town to Cooper's Bowl, maybe the bowling alley, we're going to have a route that goes out there. So this will basically just be a big loop. And we're hoping about every 30 minutes that, they'll come back to that stop where they were just at. So if people want to go downtown, they want to enjoy a nice dinner, maybe a few drinks, and don't have the ability to drive back and forth. We really don't have Uber here in Marion. So if you call an Uber, it's coming from Delaware.
Yeah.
So one, it's very expensive. Two, it's going to take them a long time to get here. So we're trying to fill that void, not only for the people of Marion, but also the people that come to visit Marion that might be here for a baseball tournament or a bowling. There were thousands of bowlers here, actually. There was a big State of Ohio women's bowling tournament that ran for 12 weekends from March, and I think it's just about over now, but there was hundreds of bowlers here from out of town staying at the hotels. And I talked to a lot of them that said, we want to go downtown. We just really don't have a way to get there. We don't want to be limited to just staying here on 95 and eating at this restaurant or going there. We want to go downtown, see what the city's all about, and enjoy what you guys have to offer. So this idea about expanding the bus system to maybe having a weekend bus route originally came from one of the downtown merchants who mentioned it to me. He said, hey, I was on vacation down in Longboat Key, and they had this bus or a trolley that ran. And a lot of times, that is how some of the best ideas come to imagination, is somebody that was somewhere else that saw something that was benefiting a community, and they thought, why can't we have that here? And he brought that to me, and we started talking about it and talked to a lot of downtown merchants and the merchants out on 95, and everybody thinks it's a great idea. So we're in the early phases of that, but hopefully before long we'll have that set up and running, and we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, we're not out anything, but if it does work, it's all the better for the people of Marion. So that's the bus drivers. We also have some position in the parks department. We have some seasonal labor that we need for the parks, whether it be mowing, weed eating, helping mulch, that kind of thing. They would actually work for the parks department, and it would be seasonal through the end of the summer into the fall. And you have to be 16 years of age or older to apply for that. So again, it would be a good summer job for a high school kid or a college kid that is looking to make some extra money this summer. And as with all of these jobs, go to our Facebook page or go to our web page, Marion, Ohio. It's www.marionohio.us. And if you hit /employment, that'll take you to all the employment options that we are talking about here today. We talked about the aquatic center already. I just talked to the people up in municipal court last week. They are actually looking for somebody to fill a position in their probation department, and they're also looking for a new court bailiff. So there's a couple of job opportunities available for the city of Marion up in the courts department. And again, all of those can be found on our webpage by going to the marionohio.org.
Yeah. It's important for all these jobs to be filled, obviously, in Marion, so that way it can run smoothly. The next topic I want to talk on is what is happening the third Thursday of this month.
So the month of May actually begins. So we're talking today's the 29th, and in a couple days May will be here. And like you said earlier, things are getting warmer. It's getting nice outside. Things are starting to look really good. We will be beginning May 16th will be our first third Thursday event of the summer. So throughout the summer, running all the way through September, I think is our last one, maybe October again, weather permitting. But all the way through summer, every month of the summer on the third Thursday, whatever that date may be, will be a big event downtown that we call Third Thursdays. So on Third Thursdays, we close off the street. We close off Main Street between Center and Church Street. It's closed off to traffic. And what we do with that area is we always have live music. So we have live music going on. We have street vendors, food trucks, a lot of businesses that come down and hand out summer swag just to promote their business. So it's very kid-friendly. A lot of times they have stuff set up specifically for the kids to do. And it's just a great time. And the time specifically is the food vendors and the trucks, the food trucks and the street vendors will be set up from 4 until 8 p.m. And the live music happens from 6 to 9 p.m. So if somebody's sitting at home on a Thursday evening and they're thinking, what am I going to have for dinner tonight, or what can we do? Always think about Third Thursdays, because you can go up there, you can eat, you can drink, you can take the kids up there, you can shop. A lot of the local vendors will set up. I see crafts, I see candles, just everything that you can, bakery stuff, fresh market stuff, fresh produce stuff. So if you're looking for something to do on a third Thursday night, anytime this summer, come downtown and you know that event will be going on and people will be having a great time in downtown Marion.
So everybody mark your calendars, because I have been to this event. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time with my family. The next exciting thing I really want to talk about is this Adopt a Flower Bed contest. Tell the viewers what it is and what you guys are doing it for.
So we talked about the weather getting nice. The flowers are starting to bloom. The leaves are coming out on the trees. Everything's looking good. And we specifically want downtown Marion to look great for our citizens as well as the people that come here to visit. Mm-hmm. So we have close to 100 planters and bed spaces downtown that we need to fill with flowers. And we're doing things a little bit different this year. We have partnered with Downtown Marion, Inc., which is a group that strives to make our downtown look nice. And we've partnered with them, and they are running an Adopt a Flower Bed contest currently. That a lot of the businesses downtown will adopt the bed right out in front of their business, or somebody that doesn't have a place downtown, we have plenty of planters and beds that they can adopt also. So basically what happens is everybody sends an email to MarionCommunityFoundation.org. They send an email to Lori Stevenson at that email address, and they say, I want to adopt a bed. So they get to put a little sign in the bed that they've adopted it for the summer. And after they get all the beds adopted, they will set a date where, between Friday and Sunday of this weekend, you have to come down and plant your flowers. Mm-hmm. And the problem we ran into they tried this last year, and the problem that they ran into was a lot of the beds got adopted. People planted, whatever they went to their local greenhouse and purchased, and they planted it, and 2 weeks later things started dying because nobody consistently was watering or keeping up with the beds. So I made a promise to them that if you build it, they will come kind of scenario, mm-hmm. and that if they can get all these flower beds adopted, then the city will care for the beds throughout the summer. So we have a gentleman by the name of Tom Trout that is our custodian maintenance person at City Hall. But what I didn't know about Tom until all this started is he has a vast knowledge of horticulture. So I've kind of put Tom in charge from the city angle of this program, And Tom will be the one going out to make sure that these beds are cared for, that they're watered consistently, and that they look good throughout the summer. Something else that Tom came up with a brilliant idea. He said, look, a lot of these beds only have about 4 or 5 inches of dirt in them, so you can't really just plant anything. It has to be something that would thrive in that type of environment. So Tom came up with a specific list of flowers that we're going to allow to be planted. He came up with the color scheme that we're going to use this year, which is a hue of purple, pink, rose-colored, and white. So everywhere you look in downtown will kind of have the same theme this year, which is, again, different than last year. Rather than hodgepodging everything together, we've kind of made a theme and what kind of flowers we know will thrive in those planters and will be well taken care of throughout the summer. So I am very excited to see, by the end of May, what our downtown looks like, because hopefully it's going to look like somebody's greenhouse that you go to and there's just flowers everywhere. They look beautiful. They're growing great. We'll have hanging baskets hanging on most of the street lights downtown. So hopefully when people come to Third Thursday on May 16th, we have a great start on that program and they can see the vision that we see for our downtown.
Yeah, definitely making the community look better and brighter.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite part about summer, is seeing all the beautiful flowers. So as we're getting ready to wrap up this interview, what is a closing statement you want to add to then, or want the viewers to know before we end it?
I think that to end this, something else that people may start seeing throughout the city, whether it's on a billboard or a traffic box or in somebody's storefront, is, I like to call it, people call it a logo or a catchphrase, but Love Your City is an icon that we've started since we've came into office in January, and it's basically a rebranding of the city that we're trying to throw a fresh coat of paint on, something new, something that people can get behind of and be proud of, this Love Your City logo. So you will see that popping up downtown. There's some of them up already. You might, very soon you'll see them in the storefronts, and when we want people to feel, when you see that Love Your City logo, that's truly what they're feeling. They're loving their city. They have a sense of pride about their city. The downtown's looking good. Lincoln Park's looking good. The aquatic center's going great. There's a lot of fun, happy things for people to do in Marion, and we're just trying to expand upon that. We want everybody to feel that pride, that sense of ownership in their city, because it truly is. It's not my city. It's not your city. It's everybody's city. It's our city. And we want people to be proud of that. We want people to stay here. We want people to enjoy their downtown, the parks, all the good things that we have going on this summer.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming out today. I know for myself, you're definitely making this community better, to love our city. So again, thank you for coming out today and teaching me a little bit more about our community that I didn't know as well. And I hope the viewers learned as much as I did during this interview.
Absolutely. You're very welcome. Can't wait till next month.
Yeah. So as always, this is Public Affairs, and I'm your host, Kaylee again.